Hi, welcome back to Master Recaps. Today I will show you a horror comedy film from 2017 titled The Night Watchman. The story of Justin, a boy trying to apply for a job as a security guard at a company. Justin used to be a band drummer in the past, but his band is as famous as zero when they don't have enough to eat. It's time to finally come to an end, and Justin has to wander for a long time until he joins the company as a security guard with his big brother Ken, a former U.S. Marine who was fired for making a gun at a friend. Himself and his partner Jiggets, a man who has been trying all his life to be a watchman, and the last one is Luca. It is said that this man has killed 3 people with a single card. Justin had to be recruited and tested hard for his masculinity by the 3 seniors. He tried to ask why he had to do that. Ken said it wasn't much. This kind of work would be so boring. A few hours later they deposited a parcel sent directly from Romania to a large coffin containing the body of the famous clown Blimpo, who died in Romania while he was on a patrol. Performed around the world, but in reality, the package had to be sent to the lab next to the company instead to determine Blimpo's true cause of death, and the courier's carelessness made it right. Sent here instead. With no choice, the guards were forced to deposit Blimpo's coffin until morning so that the insiders of the lab could bring it out. That night, Karen, the beautiful employee Ken who fell in love with her, informed the guards that all the office workers would continue to work in the company until morning and take care of the tidiness, which all agreed with her well. At Randall, one of the other office workers sneaks home first, where he accidentally stumbles upon Blimpo's coffin and tries to pry off the lid to find the valuables inside. Sealed awake and not biting him in the neck. At this moment, the Blimpo clown had already risen from the dead, and he had gone on a rampage and devoured most of the people in the office without the guards even realizing it, as they were playing cards when they arrived. During their visit, they examined the consigned parcels and found that Blimpo's corpse was missing, and also found a large pile of blood. Everyone knew right away that this was an unusual turn of events, so they walked up to the employee's office to find that they were all attacked and eaten by some kind of vampire-like creature. But they were too weak to be called that, so they named it Zombie and also helped Karen survive from there. The 5 of them made their way back downstairs to find their way out of the building, only to find that the door was locked and that the person holding the key was Randall. Karen volunteered to go out for help by sifting through a small doorway used for deliveries, where she ran out without a second thought and came back more unexpectedly because outside it was filled with more zombies than inside the building. Blimpo has spread this swarm throughout the city as they begin to transform into spy clowns like their boss, Blimpo. Later, Willie, the janitor of this company, who appeared to help the 5 of them by Janitor Willie, who in the past was a ghost buster, explained that they were normal vampires, but they were still in their early stages. They transform, and the more blood they consume, the stronger and more powerful they will become. The method of eliminating them was simple, but before Willie finished speaking, he was right. Blimpo dragged and ate in front of the 5 eyes. All of them pursued to capture Willie back. Now that Willie had become a full vampire, the 5 of them experimented with how they could get rid of them, starting with their brain blows first. But Willie didn't die at first, so they convinced them that they were definitely not zombies. They later tried stabbing Willie with a pin in the middle of his chest. The result was satisfying because Willie later died of suffocation. Garlic, holy water, cross and sunlight. The 5 of them already knew what they were facing, hoping that everyone might not last long because Blimpo did something to summon all the clown vampire friends to the building. 5 people were attacked by a huge number of vampires, causing them to disperse in different directions. Luca volunteers to lure the vampires in another direction so that his friends can find a way to survive, while Karen and Jiggets escape and lock themselves in the parcel bin. She was surrounded by a huge number of vampires, and it would not be long before they were able to resist them. Ken mustered his courage to go back and save his friend, but Justin was too scared to step out of the room where he had locked himself in the guard and begged for the morning to come. Of course, Ken alone wouldn't be able to fight the clown vampire inside this building. Just in the moment he was about to be bitten by it, Justin stepped out of the room to save Ken on Earth. "No one can use drumsticks better than me," The two of them had successfully returned to help their friends and everyone was reunited again. The final battle is about to begin when the five of them come up with a plan to lure all the vampires into the sun to play. Ken looks at his watch and says we have 15 minutes left. I'll lure them all together. The five of them spattered their blood on their bodies and bravely ran out to lure the vampires. They are the Night Watchmen. Night security guards, zombies or vampires, whatever they are, they will kill them all. The five had lured the vampires together in the parking lot and opened the windows to let the sun shine on them, but the sun had not yet risen. Ken forgot that he had set his alarm several minutes earlier in order to stop fast work. The five of them were in dire straits again and they were all dying, but for a split second, all the vampires were scattered as they saw a huge cross tattoo on Justin's back. The five were able to fight the vampires and save their lives. Until the sun rises, the sunlight has scorched them to ashes. They managed to survive the hellish night and were heading up to the rooftop of the building. At this moment, the world was no longer the same as the undead and hiding vampires scattered throughout the city, including the evil boss, the clown Blimpo, was still alive. All five of them still have important missions that must be coordinated to the end. Please call him the Night Watchman, and this is the end of this movie. Subscribe for more video like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.